She cheated on me, bro.
Already?
What you mean already?
You haven't even been here for 4 hours. You throwing around biting. You have dick more than 10.
I'm not a troublemaker. Yeah, I play, but don't we all play?
What if I told you that you didn't understand streaming university at all? This is my favorite thing about this entire event. DDG has a weird case. Why is he around? I want to big up Tyler. He's using his privilege for good.
Move the back.
Today we looking back but black at one of the greatest social experiments we have yet to realize. On today's Foreign Friday.
It's a foreign man in a foreign land.
My feelings about streaming university are more complicated than your twice divorced uncle that still going to fraternity probates on the quest to conquest flesh. On one hand, you have what is a brilliant social experiment with majority black participants post-pandemic showcasing social transgressions across gender, race, class, all under this Foucaultian panopticon of a Twitch chat. But on the other hand, you have reputation washing of abusers, misogyny, anti-blackness, and a level of negrosity that would only find itself comfortable on the Zeus network. So we're gonna look back on the good, the bad, and the black of streaming university. So for the uninitiated, Kai Cenat is basically the black Mr. Beast of Twitch. In fact, that crossover isn't uncanny since Mr. Beast did this.
I got 10 bands here. Kai, I want you to put this under someone's seat and give it to him.
Say less.
I don't know why, when, or if ever, bands should be in this nigga's lexicon. You're probably wondering why Mr. Beast is cosplaying as Ed Wunsler III from the Boondocks. Let me show you why.
The Hood Mr. Beast trend on TikTok?
Yeah, what like you like in the gas station or you in like a Montclair coat and stuff with tattoos?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's like thousands of them going up like every hour. People keep asking me to do it. Do you have any advice how I could be hood?
Oh God. This is the biggest YouTuber on the platform who is as white as the days are long, asking one of the biggest Twitch streamers, which is a black man in this case, how to be more hood. Is Kai Cenat even hood? Definitely not right now. It's just wild to ask the only black person that you probably know, because this is Jimothy Beast from the Carolinas. This is the type of shit that has make my ass hurt. This will set the tone for the anti-blackness that is yet to come. But much like Jimothy Beast, Kai does these expensive spectacle events, and the only difference is it's live. And his latest one was Streamer University, where he rented out a university in Akron. And if you know Akron, I surprised nobody gets shot. I ain't gonna lie. Oh God. I mean, mind you, someone did get shot, but we can get to that in a second. Kai announced Streamer University, which was a full expense-paid 3-day trip to a university for like 100 people. Folks streamed themselves applying to be a student or a professor. It was a whole thing. And when he unveiled the winners on his stream, he started with,
I know that! I know what that is! I heard that sound before!
Trying to be,
What the is good?
Rob boy.
mind you now, this nigga can't see his son. Oh God. This is a man in this little small PS4 screen capture who cannot see his child.
What you mean that you get the AC shit? I like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm hating. The Ashi Nigga Coalition needs to know I am hating. If DDG don't have no haters, I am dead. Ooh, hiss. Oh God. Ooh, hiss, tomato, tomato. We talked about DDG before, and we'll talk about him some more when we get to the bad. But I want you to really appreciate the gravity of this moment. You have Kai Cenat, arguably the largest platform on Twitch right now. Streamer University will probably be the largest event on the platform. DDG has a weird case. Why is he around? DDG has a pending court case, alleged abuse towards his baby mother, Halle Bailey. We're on the heels of Halle bounding DDG by the piece just mere weeks ago. Sponsors pulling out way better than me. I have a weak pullout. Of course, he desperately wanted to win. Kai handed him exactly that by making him a professor. Note the dynamic, an authority dynamic, professor student. But he's also the first to be named. You debuting this whole thing with abuse.
Professor,
Let me see
that
that.
will be in Streamer University. Now look, I know what this. I already know. I already see
He sent me 100. I'm gonna send him half back. Just half back. Just half.
that is happening right now, involving him. But chat, I want to go ahead and say that, you feel me? Me personally, bro, I want to wait. DDG, that's for the 50 gifted. Appreciate it, DDG. That's for the 50 gifted. I know there's a lot of crazy things going on, but y'all gotta understand, bro.
Crazy things going on. That's what we call an abuse now. Appreciate DDG for the 50 gifted. Literally, the abuser sponsoring it. It's a choice. There's so many other representatives of the Cocoa Butter Coalition. You had a mixture of large creators like Extra Emily. I don't think she said the N-word. I think she said Nick. Her friend is named Nick. She was talking to Nick and she said, you can imagine. I should be able to find it. There it is. Big up Reddit. I can't believe I'm saying it, but big up Reddit. Here's where she's alleged to have said the N-word.
Can you name 3 streamers you will never do a stream with again?
Extra Emily.
That's not true.
Emily. Extra. That's 3.
Russell, that's not even true.
Bro, you see a massage in the nose? Blood, I genuinely don't think this gal said it. After this happened and people were calling for a cancellation, she did teeter like around it. But I'm not gonna manufacture her saying things and doing skullduggery when she literally does skullduggery right here.
To see all the pink. Yes, yes.
Okay, keep going. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay, we're good. Okay, no problem. That happens all the time. In Austin, you know, like the stoplights here are really long.
Hi,
so
Emily.
usually I just go past.
Sure, he just said oopsie. On one hand, I feel for the Asian community after she did this because the xenophobia afterwards was wild. There was so many clips of the Asian woman from Family Guy merging into lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like where like the Asian woman was merging into lanes and they were just like, okay, well, good luck to everybody. I'm about to merge into this lane without indicating. Those was going around. They were selling like hotcakes. But on the other hand, all Emily did to atone for running a red light on stream and then talking to her stream right afterwards, mind you. Like, you see how she just talking? You shouldn't be streaming live and driving anyway. This gal go follow this up by doing driving lessons on Scream. She is one of the least problematic streamers, and that's saying something, fam. Extra Emily was like one of the only non-black folks at Streaming University, which I applaud. I see people making noise about there wasn't enough diversity, there was only niggas. Y'all can miss me with that. It was a blackity-black streaming event that wasn't even branded as such. And to do that in today's climate, kudos to Kai for that. One of the great things about this event. And while we on it, we about to talk about some more good things. This is my favorite thing about this entire event.
I thank Kai, and I also just want to help, I just want to thank everyone else that was helping here, from the people who served us our food in the cafeteria, cleaned up after us, the production crews that were helping us, the tech team that were trying to help us go live.
She's a small streamer whose whole trajectory was changed by being here. A dark-skinned black woman, she gained tens of thousands of followers in 3 days. That being said, it's unfortunate what had to happen in order for her to get to this point. Here's Tyler, a rather larger creator, confronting the creator named Avery, who bullied Kawhias.
No, I just think what you did was just kind of fucked up. And being that, about the situation. You feel what I'm saying? Listen.
What she did was bully Kawhias. She called her unattractive. She called her ugly, and essentially sent her chat to bully Kawhias in her chat. I want to big up Tyler. He was raiding smaller streamers who were at the event. He sometimes flooded their stream with thousands of people at a time. He actively tried to engage streamers who were intimidated, like especially smaller streamers, but he's using his privilege for good. In a landscape like Twitch streaming, and most notably the niche that Kai Cenat, Blackboy Max, and DDG are in, where they make content out of women, Tyler went out of his way to empower and foster a space, not only by comforting Kaiwas, because he did that too, but also actively telling the bully, maybe not as like directly or as eloquently, telling the bully that that's not what he's for. Not only did he tell the bully that, but he also told everybody watching that. Brings me to the sociological part of this thing. Let's look at this from a meta level. These are 100 majorly black 20-somethings who we are witnessing in real time behave under the panopticon. Panopticism, it's a Foucaultian term, Michael Foucault, and essentially it states that people internalize surveillance and they adjust their behavior when they believe that they're constantly being watched. That goes from being randomly selected by TSA, from being followed at Best Buy because you're a big black man with a beard. Yeah, that has happened to me quite a bit. And then you act suspicious because you know you're being watched. Even this right here, if I wasn't on stream, I'd probably be picking my nose. Shirt would probably be off. We walk around in our boxes. It's hot outside. It could be extrapolated and applied to pretty much everyone. But you also have situations here where because these creators are aware of their surveillance, they're behooved to act in ways that they might not act unsurveilled. That's for better or for worse. One could say people who subscribe to an omnipresent God behave virtuously because they think God watching them. This is similar to the Hawthorne experiment where, you had factory workers being observed to see if they would change their productivity by virtue of being observed. Another experiment that I saw at this event bear witness to was the Stanford prison experiment. I can see how old y'all is in my chat. Who know India Love? Y'all don't know, bruh. Let me just play this and then I'll explain it afterwards.
Sweetheart, I don't want you to be rude to my cousin. He's just getting my footage, but I get your tone just seems a little off. So I understand, but I can see and read your attitude.
He looked at me like
he's my I don't want to be.
Stand down.
It's okay.
Come on, go ahead.
Oh, she be tripping? She be tripping.
They keep on doing this music. A lot is going on here. India Love is one of the original baddies. If you was online mid-2010s to late 2010s, you saw India Love. She was ubiquitous with Tumblr. She was an IG model before IG model was a thing. There was park photos with the game. She was groomed by the game. Let's start there. She was 18 and the game was 30-something in his late 30s. Fondling this gal in the park and making her smell it. But she's also relatively older than most of the streamers, most notably the women, given that she's 29 right now. This level of seniority that she has, coupled with her perceived online prestige as well as desirability, all of that is on display throughout this event. Throughout this entire event, you see India Love traversing the realms of desirability, colorism, a little bit of race because she's mixed with Mexican, I think. She's Mexican and black. But what was most interesting was this right here, because she wasn't given the gravity of respect she felt like she deserved, given not only her position to quote-unquote fame, but also in the event, because she's a professor and the other person that was talking to her was a student. So Kai enlisted India Love as a professor and she took that role seriously. So you see this class dynamic between professor and student, much like you would have between bourgeois and proletariat. Whether Kai indirectly or directly did this, he conducted a social experiment, almost like Big Brother, but it's live and on Twitch. And I don't think that's ever been really done before. And you could scroll through different perspectives and see in the same time, different perspectives of the same situation being perceived depending on the lens that you're looking through, depending on who you're watching at that time. And it was niggas as hell. This was nigga core, uncompromisingly black. This was just brilliant. And speaking of brilliance, if you're talking about brilliance in this thing, you gotta talk about Agent 00. Agent is a part of AMP. Agent made the only proper class at Streamer University. And it's obvious that he's angling to be a streamer guru at some point. This man gave a streamer economics class and did full transparency breakdowns of his P&Ls.
Yeah.
So, this is what the revenue looked like for January on Twitch. You can tell us a marathon size.
As black creators in particular, the only bargaining power that we have is collective bargaining power. For a black creator, one of the most prominent black creators in the streaming space, to visibly show his revenue, screenshots of his revenue, seriously at this event, what it does for the rest of creators is people in Agent's bracket could then begin to argue sponsor rates and see the discrepancy and then make arguments as to why. Say, well, hold on, I pulling in the same numbers as Agent, then I should also be able to do it. These sponsors, these big brands, these big corporations, they are invested in you not knowing how much you're worth, because then you could exploit you. So they are invested in breaking up unions. Black creators in particular do not get paid anywhere near where they're supposed to. Definitely not near their white counterparts. And the reason why a lot of black creators don't know this is because a lot of black creators, especially because those makeup girlies, them girlies that go on the trips, the PR package, they have to showcase a lifestyle and they are bought into the bit so much that they have to perform that they getting the type of pay that they deserve or that they being paid well when they might not even be paid well. anywhere. I be talking to Bahamian creators and literally they just have to pay to get their PR packages sent here because we don't have like a direct line where PR brands, Lancome and Fenty and all the rest of them, they can't send shit directly here. They have to get a courier to bring it over from Miami or somewhere else. So they have to pay for PR packages. He might not even realize that he is making an argument for collective bargaining. If more creators do that, especially black creators, then you could begin to put pressure on these brands. This was generally inspiring.
Yeah. And I still lost money. Crazy. So I made $120,000. So I really want y'all to focus in on this though. This is what I'm saying. Ads are really underrated.
Yo. Hey, listen. Nah, those are focused. I don't do
that for real. That you hear? Yeah. Those are ads.
A lot of these streamers may not have even gone to college. And here you have them willingly sign up to go to college. Now we're about to get to the bad. But before I do, it's not lost on me that this could have gone far worse. What you're about to see could have gone far worse with everything considered. I mean, they were literally in Akron. And I'm genuinely happy it didn't. Because there would never be another niggathon again. And Kai would have been scapegoated, which would have made it harder for black creators, not only on Twitch, but anywhere and everywhere. I want niggas to win. I have no investment in niggas losing. When they win, I win. This is symbiotic. If I even want to look at it selfishly, Kai winning is a great thing. But I won't celebrate their wins when it's made on the backs of more marginalized communities, like black women. I'm not going to celebrate your wins, black or not, if it's building on the backs of established bigotry. If your whole bit is putting on a wig or making fun of gal them, then what are we celebrating? You're Tyler Perry. That brings me to the bad of the event. Starting with these man them. I stepped away for a sec. Why is this guy in a robe? I assume that you're talking about Diddy G.
Don't ball me. That's my ball, bro. Nigga, you didn't say that.
All I care about is my ball. I don't care about nothing else, bro. I don't want to fight with these niggas. I don't care about nothing. All I care about is my India.
I know Duke is with my old ball. Y'all don't have to keep spamming it.
That's my ball, Duke. You know that's my ball, bro. I told you that on another nigga stream. I wouldn't even stream it until and it's disrespectful because we have the best chef in LA right here and you speaking about another ball.
What are you talking about?
Right.
What?
If the ball goes out of bounds, the ball goes out of bounds. It's the other person's possession. That's how the game go, right? Y'all won't see me around India tomorrow or the next day. We done. That's not my ball no more.
Me, when I view women as objects, these are whole people. Oh God. He's talking about a person, blood. These niggas in 3 days have reduced the gal them to balls. Bog said possession ain't really going back to their roots with the whole 2K skullduggery. Now they're applying it to the gal them. How did y'all let this happen? In 3 days, we have people calling each other balls, blood. CIA is on cruise control. It's like Tesla with the self-drive. He made ball merch. And he's gonna send booty shorts with my ball to the gals. We at freakniks levels of misogyny. Dog made misogynoir merch. The foundation and focal point of this entire event was misogyny. Whether it was Duke and DDG going to war over India love, Cooking with Kaya literally got sexually assaulted at the club. Cooking with Kaya was there and she got her ass unconsensually slapped at the club after DDG snuck them off campus. These are things that happen in real life, on stream, documented. You had extra Emily throwing ass in a circle and getting sturdy. Ben the Dawn was there. The only time I've ever seen Ben the Dawn was him being creepy.
No shot. Okay.
Why? Why would they?
I don't know, because I think it's cuffing a little bit at the bottom. Remember your shit just used to fall?
Oh my God, Ben.
I'm trying to help you out. I'm letting
I don't
you know.
think I don't think I need to know.
That your shit got a little cuff now?
I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know.
A cuff
Don't
is when
define
at
it.
the bottom of it, when it cuff up under there, the little.
Ew.
Y'all so sleep on Emily for real.
I don't have a problem with him being 33. I just have a problem with the fact that niggas just saying these things unprovoked to these gals on live. And that goes back to Stream University. This whole event was based on women. Nothing epitomizes the fact better than the fact that this is the biggest thing to come out of this event. Calling women balls. That will go on in lexicons for far too long. It's never that deep until, no, it is that deep right now. A girl literally got sexually assaulted at the friggin' event. Your language permits the environment and cultivates the environment that you live in. If you could dehumanize someone by calling them an object, you can treat them like an object. That's the reason why we have a problem being called nigger by white people. If you can call us a nigger, you can do anything. They gone from calling gals out their name, calling them huz, to literally calling them balls. It's literally objectifying women by reducing them to basketball. It's an object played in a game. I can't make this shit up. And the misogyny started before the event. The rollout to this event was a whole hate campaign on a black female streamer. It all started here. And I have very complicated feelings about the entirety situation. And we're going to go through them. But here Zoe is breaking down in tears after Kai rejected her Streamer University application.
I did not get into the Streamer University. Yes, I applied for the Streamer University. I know I troll and I play a lot, but it's just my personality, you know? I'm a real person. And I mean well behind all people. Even people that hurt me, I give chance after chance, and that's in all my relationships, my friendships, everything. Like, and I wish people saw all of the good in me. I don't understand why I'm outcasted the way I am. I'm not a troublemaker. Yeah, I play, but don't we all play?
Zoe Spencer has been collaborating with AMP from time. So when it came time to announce who would be invited to Streamer University, Zoe seemed surprised that she wasn't included. And there was speculation that Kai's girlfriend weighed in on the situation, and some other people were saying that she just wasn't going to be a good fit for it. But after some time passed, Kai would clear the air on his decision making. And not in some private correspondence, not even by like a carrier pigeon sent to Zoe. This boy found it fit to air out why she didn't get chosen in front of tens of thousands of people on his stream. We gonna get to this.
She said there's like this narrative of me not f***ing with her, or like there's some type of weird shit going on. It started here. September 24th.
Whoever is clipping these niggas and putting this stock music underneath these clips, first up against the wall. When the revolution starts, proletariat takes over, y'all niggas the first up against the wall.
In Atlanta, I ain't never say nothing, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not holding this against you.
You're literally holding against her life. That's the reason why she ain't in the thing. You said this is the reason why, and then proceeded to say, I'm not holding it against you.
I'm not putting it past you because I know who you are as a person. September 24th, Drewski Show. I never got to tell you how that shit made me feel.
You have a direct line to the woman. You could have messaged this gal on iMessage, Insta DMs, X DMs, Whisper on Twitch. You had so many different ways to communicate how you felt to this person, the way that you're communicating how you felt to tens of thousands of children.
Because of who you are and how your humor and like how you are as a person, nigga, I dead ass for the first time. And my bad I didn't get to like talk about it with you, but like felt secondhand embarrassed, like felt embarrassed.
He's talking about when he actually just pull it up.
Get up, Kai, because you talking to me crazy.
Shut the fuck up. Move the fuck back.
You know, I don't even think I could show this. As someone that literally fights, Zoe Spencer just did put this nigga in a rear naked choke. I know that they have like a very aggressive banter thing going back and forth. Regardless, I don't care what happened. There's no reason for a person to go and put someone in a rear naked choke unless it's a sanctioned fight or you're defending yourself. Kai and Zoe are friends. They even collaborators. But even as professionals in the same space, I would imagine one would have the courtesy to let me know personally, if not when the incident happened, when this thing happened, at least after you see me balling on stream, that's the reason why you didn't have me in the event. But he decided to make it drama and make content out of the situation. So Zoe Spencer to Kai was a plot device in this moment. Even worse, by Kai doing it in this manner, it cultivated a space for others to dogpile on Zoe Spencer. Because when you see one of the largest on the platform creating a safe space for misogynoir, people gonna replicate it. Kai doing it, that's how you get clout. If I want to get clout, I too will do what he's doing. And one of those people that did what he was doing was OG Black YouTube Royalty.
Oh, haven't seen what the fuck I seen.
This dude. As someone that like does the high-pitched voice too when I gets excited, I really had hope for this thing because I didn't know him. And then as soon as I began watching this shit, he get banned saying the T-slur.
That's why I start going and do my research because I'm like, damn, she lit. She look like she got potential. What do she really be doing? Bro, this is why I called you this is why I said you the type of female that'll bite a nigga dick. I'm gonna start with Duke Dennis. We all know Duke Dennis is a chill nigga. I done seen so many clips with girls just thirsty as hell for this nigga Duke. A chill nigga. He don't really do anything wrong. You going around biting niggas. You have dick more than 10 niggas. This bitch a zombie. Bro, Zoe Platt the dick eater. She's a zombie, bro.
So Illuminati called Zoe out her name after learning about her from Kai Cenat's stream. Zoe saw that stream live, and because this is all happening live, she crashed out because Illuminati called out her name. And then Illuminati took it upon himself to say goodbye to Zoe. He then does what is essentially a whole hate campaign on Zoe Spencer. You's a grown man, Black YouTube OG royalty, and you putting out hate campaigns to a girl that just started streaming and about 10 years junior to you. You squashed the beef them with DDG. You squashed the beef them with all of the other man them so that you could get close to the man them. So you could ally yourself to the man them. And how do you bond with the said man them? By being misogynoirist. So you say, hey, I know we had our differences before DDG, but let's bond over the fact that we just hate y'all them. The same big body activity. They don't have no smoke for man them. There's be bullying the gal them. I can't rate you from that.
Every male she streamed with, she has to make him feel uncomfortable. Bro, can you do content without humiliating niggas? Seriously, can you? I honestly think you deserve a chance in the streamer university. You have to kill your image. You got to get rid of that plant energy. Do content with a man without making him feel uncomfortable. She bit the nigga Duke. Why would you do that? Why? Look how uncomfortable he is. Why? I get him. We see that. Your personality, this masculine ass, fake ass energy. This is why you're not in the streamer university.
Zoe shouldn't be biting niggas. Zoe shouldn't be putting her mouth on niggas if they didn't consent to that. Zoe shouldn't be twerking on niggas without their consent. I'm not going to show that video because that is literally SA. Shorty assaulting niggas physically and sexually on stream. And she's obviously been doing it for quite a while. They have pictorial evidence of this. There's a conversation to be had about the double standard here. There is an inherent misogyny of her getting away with this because the only way Zoe could bite and twerk on niggas unconsensually is because we have collectively agreed that we don't see women as being capable of harm. And that's sexist. A woman is capable of doing harm like anyone else. There's a reality where Zoe is held accountable for this, and we have a much needed conversation about the imbalance in the way how we take this seriously. But that's nullified when you have a whole good old boys club collectively deciding to warrant your ruin.
Why did you bite him? Why? Bro, listen. She bites everybody. We just seen him with Mulatto. They was going crazy, or Lotto, whatever the fuck the bitch name is. They was going crazy. Good vibes, good energy. But when she come around, she has to do the most humiliating shit. And she makes everybody feel uncomfortable. Bro, listen. She checked out as she biting everybody she come across. Remember I told you. She emasculate every fucking man that she live streams with.
You know, and I want y'all to really like peep the fact that like the language, emasculation, masculine energy. That's how you know that these niggas talking to the same audience that Andrew Tate and the rest of the red pill man them be talking to. That means something to them. When they hear emasculate, when they hear a gal in a masculine energy, they know that they talking to the same people. The same people that was watching Sneeko and Andrew Tate, who is also on trial right now, is the same people. It's Illuminati DDG, Plaque Boy, Kai, and all them watching. We is like section off the incel red pill niggas, MGTOW niggas. We is section them off in their own little small community, and we say that, you know, we shouldn't care about them. They dead, they dying off. Andrew Tate in jail. Sneeko can't perform in particular places. They cucking and all this other stuff. But if you realize, if you look closely at it, red pill and all the rest of them things ain't just Andrew Tate and Sneeko. It's these niggas. And when you include them into the Venn diagram, you realize that red pill shit big. When you include the rest of these streamers and everything into these red pill conversations, and when you realize it, all the Abba and Preach them, all of them fellas, all the DJ Academics and all them, when you realize that, you realize, oh, this manosphere shit ain't just Kevin Samuels and people that saying it quietly. That kind of parsing it, that kind of translating it through like a little bit of a filter, a little bit of an auto-tune. That to us sound, you know, not too offensive. But to the rest of them, they singing their song. That's the red pill. And all of this is happening on a platform and in a society where misogynoir is the mode. Misogynoir is mainstream. Black women and making mockery of black women is one of the oldest forms of entertainment in the world. It's the mechanism that makes things popular. Whether it's Tyler Perry, whether it's Eddie Murphy, because they on the silver screen, or if it's DDG and Freaky Frost them on the small screen. I could campaign why Zoe ain't in the event right after he laundered DDG and the Shay Frost by having them in the event. By announcing DDG first. You have Deshae Frost doing 1,000,009 misogynoir. Deshae Frost kicking gals out because he finding out that they asexual and that they tested positive for STIs. DDG talking to AI interpretations of Halle Bailey and pressing them. Talking about where's my son. All of them, by that logic, they shouldn't have been in streaming university. Tell Zoe that she wasn't supposed to be there. That's fine. I agree. Zoe shouldn't have been there. If you include, like, when you take all of this into account, Zoe shouldn't be in there. She should whip out the ukulele and say, I'm sorry for biting niggas and twerking on niggas unconsensually. I agree. She shouldn't have been on streaming university. But by that same logic, you shouldn't have had DDG and Freaky Frost on the shit. Honestly, it was probably for the best. Zoe was probably being protected from the perils of being bullied like other people were at streaming university. Bringing me to arguably the darkest part of this entire 3 days. It gets darker. Honestly, this is terrible because I'm looking at it right now and it is genuinely dark. Cameras are racist, actually. Cameras are anti-black. I'll make a video on that at some point. But these sensors are not made for dark skin. Like, that's the reason why you be watching these Netflix shows and niggas be shaded in the darkness like unlock Super Smash Bros. Characters. Let's read the caption. Poor Dabo, he only 17 and got invited to what he thought was going to be a fun experience, but instead got harassed, called names, threatened, and cheated on just because of the way people perceive his looks. I made a video last week about Dabo. It's currently titled, Is He Ugly or Are You Racist? I had prophesized that things was gonna get far worse because streaming university literally started with him getting quote unquote expelled for being chalked. And I was saying that was going to set the tone for what they was gonna do to this nigga. I knew they was gonna haze this nigga boy. I knew they was gonna haze this woman child. There's a 17-year-old child. And they did far worse than I could have ever imagined. The audio from this clip is audio of Aya, girl that he was supposedly dating, or they perform a relationship on stream. And what you're hearing is audio of Aya banging on the door after Dabo apparently caught her cheating. You can never tell what's scripted or not, and it kind of adds to this apocryphal nature of the medium in content in general, because you're in a post-truth era. In a post-truth era, when tragedies happen online, you can't have empathy because you're always wondering, well, is it just a grift? You had a collective audience partaking collectively in, whether it's real or not, a dark-skinned child being cheated on. Whether it's real or not, He is the jester. His tragedy is everybody else's comedy. Whether performed or not, what is real is the lambasting. What is real is the mockery of this child. He's play a part in it too, because he minstrels himself. Dabo pulled up on stream with his YNs after Aya cheated on him. You have him here showing, I don't know, a character arc where essentially he turns into a roadman. I know Ronald Reagan snapping his fingers to this one. So you have this fella performing gangster now. If the camera pulls back and now we let's look at the entirety of the city, what you have is an experience rich in commentary. Literally a social experiment. You can now see what it is to incentivize Pavlovian dog, young children that have grown up in this current system. You see what it looks like to Pavlov response them by clout, by money, by viewers, and have that all surveilled at the same time. Everybody watching it as well as people participating in it, because everybody's a participant, whether you believe it or not.
Since my Negrospective on Kai Cenat, I must admit he has grown quite a bit, and much like I Show Speed, I hope that this growth continues. I said earlier that Kai Cenat is the block Mr. Beast of streaming, and that's good and bad. I did a deep dive into the rise of Mr. Beast, how he gained fame from edgelord content, and by edgelord I mean blatant racism such as selling the N-word pass, and how he transformed that platform into the biggest on YouTube. And that seems to have made a full circle moment by asking one of the largest black creators how to be hood. Because he assumes that despite this man being able to buy the entire hood, he would know how to be hood by virtue of being black. Because Jimmy is the same man to embrace the hood Mr. Beast trend by dressing hood, which I guess means cosplaying as Ed Wunsler Jr. the third. I'm getting ahead of myself. My deep dive on Jimmy is called The Belly of the Beast, which goes into how he got here in the first place. But because of the things that he says in that very video, it's unsuitable for most streaming platforms like the one you're watching on right now. However, I do have an extended cut that has bonus footage and no ads on my streaming service, Nebula. You can get my videos ad-free, early, and extended on Nebula, as well as exclusive videos from thoughtful creators like Mulecat and Princess Weeks, because Nebula is home to our prestigious pieces you won't find anywhere else, like Abolish Everything, a comedy game show where contestants are abolitionists who bring up petty grievances to be abolished. But a panel of people dedicated to maintaining the status quo are there to thwart the abolitionist efforts by making a case against it on the spot, improv. And I could finally let the cat out the bag. Your boy Foreign is an abolitionist, where I make the motion to abolish myself. I know, it's confusing, but it'll make sense when you watch my episode. Because Nebula is filled with exclusive shows just like these that won't work on other platforms. And you could gain access to Nebula for as low as $6 a month or $60 per year. But with my code, nebula.tv/4onFridays, you get a 40% discount, thus bringing it down to $36 a year. You can also get Nebula for life for $300, which goes directly to creators making bigger and better projects that you would have a hand in directly supporting. You could also get the gift that keeps on giving with Nebula gift cards, but most of all, you get to support us by making the works you love and elevating them into prestigious pieces of art. So if you want to support the future filmmakers, documentarians, and storytellers of society, then sign up for Nebula using my code nebula.tv/4onFridays.